Ted Cruz wants to demonstrate beyond a shadow of a doubt that he is so out of touch, so uncool simultaneously that no one would ever want to support him. Now, you probably already know this, but take a look at this clip. He's gonna reach a whole new audience with this.
That there is a real risk if you are that slacker barista who wasted 7 years in college studying completely useless things, now has loans and can't get a job. Joe Biden just gave you 20 grand. Like, holy cow, 20 grand. That, maybe you weren't going to vote in November and suddenly you just got 20 grand. And, if you can, get off the bong for a minute and head down to the voting station or just send in your mail-in ballot that the Democrats have helpfully sent you, it could drive up turnout, particularly among young people.
Okay, so Ted Cruz is absolutely awful there. Terrible. We'll spotlight why. But to be clear, he's not actually the lamest person in that video, because after he does this thing about getting off the bong like it's 1941 or something, they then cut to a wide shot so you can see the host of the podcast, Michael Knowles, who gives this creepy, sycophantic little grin. If we could go to this shot where he is so thrilled to have Ted Cruz mocking the idea that one of these people who works a full-time job might do legal drugs. That guy's what? Like, he couldn't be more than mid-30s or something. He's 90. Inside his crusty black heart, he's 90. But anyway, Ted Cruz is saying that it doesn't matter if you work, it doesn't matter if you grind out a living. If you're doing something that I don't value, something stupid like making coffee, one of the most popular products in our entire country, then you don't deserve respect. You certainly don't deserve government action to help you. Even if you're grinding out, getting to work at 5 a.m. so that people can show up for their 6 a.m. coffee, you don't deserve any help because all you're doing is working, sweating, toiling to produce products that people want. And this is now a through line for the Republican Party. They hate basically anyone who makes a drink. So if you make coffee, if you're a barista, as I was in college, screw you, you're worthless. Marjorie Greene has multiple times suggested that AOC can't be smart because she was a bartender. I don't know what that means. These are both very hardworking professions. But if you're one of those people, you can be a Republican, that's your right. Why you would be, I have no idea, because they don't respect you at all.
This is the party that calls themselves populist, that rails about the elite. And then now they're crapping all over someone who's a barista, who's like working a job. I mean, just the dissonance obviously once again is so insane. And of course, like the people who they're speaking to, I mean, again, at the end of the day, yeah, there's some stragglers who are like working class folks, but it is again people who like are like boat dads and like, just upper middle class dudes. And that's who their base is. So let's not like every time we get deluded about like, oh, the working class. No. They don't have a handle on the working class. They have no idea what it's like if it were like, tomorrow morning and all the baristas disappeared, which by the way, if you really were populist, you would show your solidarity with Starbucks baristas who are currently trying to unionize against Howard Schultz.
Yes.
Who is a Democrat, by the way. If you want to find an angle to hit him, but no, they can't be bothered for that. That's too much solidarity for them, working class solidarity. They just want to use it in talking points. But yeah, it's I don't know. That barista sounds dope. I want to hang out with him. I haven't hit a bong in many years, but honestly, I feel like if we keep the House and the Senate, I'll hit a bong. I'll hit a standing bong, dude.
They seem to think that their entire job is making their side look so unfun. So lame.
So unfun.
They don't like comedy. They don't want you to have fun. They want to ban porn. They want to have personal control over your bodies. Like, why would you want to be on that side? I don't know. I don't know why you would say these things. Presumably, like when I think about what's likely to come from it, I imagine Ted Cruz wanted to make sure that he never for the rest of his life had coffee that didn't have spit in it. And this is the most efficient way to go about that, I suppose. Yep. Sorry, spit, best case scenario. Best case scenario, spit. Anyway, yeah, and by the way, if you, like I worked as a barista, you know who couldn't do a full shift at a busy college as a barista? Ted freaking Cruz. If it gets a little bit cold, he runs to Cancun. So that's a slacker. If you get $20,000 off of that, you're a slacker. If you're a billionaire who suddenly like hundreds of thousands of dollars of your taxes just evaporate, you don't have to pay them anymore, and you're just making passive income off your investments, you're a hardworking American. That's what I'm learning from them.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.